Hello, this is Justice Backstrom, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 reasons that you should get married young that have nothing to do with religion. There's a lot of good reasons that do have to do with religion, but today I'm going to be giving you 3 that I think anybody should be able to understand and agree with. First one is generational. Basically, you get married young, you'll be able to see your descendants to the 3rd and 4th generation before you die. My father and his parents all got married fairly late in life, and as a result, my grandfather passed when I was 6 or 7, and my grandmother also passed when I was, in my teens, and it was even worse for my younger brothers, and even then, I didn't know them that well when they were alive, as opposed to my maternal grandparents, who are still kicking about, and I have, much closer relationships with. It's just, and I mean, I'm not, I loved my paternal grandparents. It's just, they didn't, I didn't get to have the strongest connection to them. They didn't have the strongest connection to me, and they didn't really get to see. My grandmother ended up seeing some of her great-grandchildren before she passed, but I mean, they were pretty young. So I think that's one reason that anyone should be able to at least see that there's benefits to getting married and starting a family young, relatively young. And there's people that perhaps getting married later in life is the right choice or the only choice or whatever. But again, I'm talking in terms of general rules. The second reason is that you think when you're young, when you're dating, that's your chance to, date around a lot and find the one, the right person. I think that dating around a lot and never, never making a strong connection actually breaks your ability to commit to someone. A successful relationship essentially takes 2 things. It takes you being a decent person and your spouse being a decent person. If those 2 things are met, most relationship problems you will be able to resolve. If you're looking for someone that you're perfectly meant for, I'm afraid nobody's found that since Adam and Eve. And I'm not saying you just marry just anyone. What I'm saying is you find someone you like and you're basically compatible with fairly early on, and then you commit and you make it work. And as you grow together, you will find that you love that person more and more. Now, one objection I hear a lot is, oh, I'm just not mature enough yet. of course, those people think they're mature enough to sleep around and do a lot of other things that are equally, if not more so, life-changing and bad and permanent for them. But the thing is, and that's actually my third reason, is maturity. Stepping into marriage, and especially raising kids, forces you to mature faster. Your parents, your grandparents didn't have it all together. As kids, you always think that your parents are, you know, miles ahead of you in maturity and know everything. And as you grow older, you realize that they were just figuring things out as much as you were. But apparently a lot of people don't realize that that goes for maturity as well. But maturity is something you have to be proactive about. Maturity doesn't just happen to you one day. It's something that you have to, you know, dedicate yourself to actually growing in. And again, one of the things that forces you into that is having to take care of your spouse, having to take care of your kids. You know, I've seen it happen a number of times where someone who was kind of immature had a kid, and they're like, oh, holy smoke, I need to be an adult now, and I have to take care of this kid. And they matured rapidly within the space of a few years or even months. Anyways, all that to say, getting married young, and I don't know, you can kind of work with what exactly young counts as. A lot of you probably are already late 20s or 30s as you're watching this. But getting married young is better for you and better for society. And, you know, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, whatever, let me know what you think in the comments. But that's all I have to say for this video. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.